Seaweed just seems to capture the imagination of people. I talk to so many random people that just call me up or meet them in the grocery store and they're like, seaweed farming, that's so cool. And it's just a really cool thing to be involved with something that seems to inspire people, which then leads towards more conversations and awareness. I've been a boater for a long time, so I know about currents and waves and lines and knots and things like that. And so it's just applying all of these different things. This is like our commute to work. We drop a few crab pots on the way out. It's right on the way. Let them sit for a couple hours, and then we pick them up on the way home, and we got us some dinner.
We moved to Vashon about 23 years ago. We were married at the time. Now we're not married.
For obvious reasons.
Because he just constantly interrupts me. Mike's enthusiasm is pretty catchy. Like, he's an extremely positive person. And so you pretty much feel like Mike can do anything if he decides to do it, which is pretty true.
So anyway, we're going to check all these buoys, and then we're going to do a little scuba diving. Because we're getting a cyclone bomb tonight. Throughout this whole process, there were probably 100 victories, 100 steps that we took 3 years ago where I got this one permit and I was like, oh yeah, man, we're on our way, we're done. And then it was like, oh my gosh, we've got 99 more. You always thought that you're at the peak and you get up there and there's another one and there's another one. And it just kept going like that until finally we got over the hump. Nobody told us how many there actually are.
Because no one had ever done this before. We were the first permit in King County.
After 6 months, the goalpost wasn't in sight. After a year, we had more to do, and we just kept going. Despite the setbacks, despite some of the challenges, kept going and going and going.
I got it. It's weird for people, I think, sometimes when they hear that we're not married because we're doing this together. We've always had each other's back. We've always gotten along really well. And so for us to go into business together wasn't a stretch. It wasn't a surprise to anyone. I mean, we're really good friends.
You want some of this Wolf Ghost? Either coincidentally or magically, the things that I was not good at, Gretchen tends to be pretty good at. My opinions may or may not be sound. And so it's like, hey, Gretchen, I think we ought to go left. And at the end of the day, she may want to go right. And it's going to feel a little weird to me. 9 times out of 10, going right is the right way to do it. We did that already from a relationship point of view, but then from a business point of view, that's a little different.
Because we share 3 kids, we have a lot of the same goals because we're both really committed to those 3 kids. And that makes doing something that's regenerative really fun. Like, we both have Nick, Hannah, and Kate, that they're living in a world that's a little bit better than maybe what it would have been. It's pretty compelling. It's like, do I want to go work in an office for the rest of my working career, or do I want to do something that is good for people, good for Puget Sound? Like, which do I want to do? Office or this? Office or this? So I went with this.
Yeah. We get calls pretty regularly from random people who heard about seaweed farming or heard about us and they want to come and help out. And that is particularly inspiring, that we're doing something that other people want to get engaged with. And it keeps me going. I'm already inspired, but when I see other people kind of coming at it too, it's like, oh, geez, I want to really do well at this.